I'm going to show you how to save hours every week by building websites with systems instead of copying and pasting. Because right now, you're probably still using the old V3 workflow. You build something once, duplicate it, and adjust it again and again across your website, which means nothing is really reusable, and every change costs you time. But with the new Atomic editor in Elementor V4, we can finally build real systems. And in this video, I'll show you the foundation of that. We'll set up our workflow using variables and build the structure step by step, so in the next parts, we can turn this into fully reusable components. Let's get started. So what we're going to do is to build a UI card component from scratch. And typically at this stage of your build, you are probably still creating variables and CSS classes rather than having them already ready in your managers. So for this task today, let's say we want to create this UI card on our website. And the goal is to not copy and paste it again and again like we did with the old Elementor editor. No, we want to build actually reusable components this time with the new Atomic editor version 4. And this is really changing the way you build websites. So I'm here in the new editor, and now you don't click here to add a new container. What we're going to do from now on is to use this Atomic Flexbox element here. So let's just drag into the canvas, and then the magic is the new Unified Style tab. I made a video about all the small, awesome little new features. You can watch it here. Because now, every bit of styling we are about to do happens under this one styling tab. This is so useful. So let's go to the Size tab and define 100 viewport height, like this. Now we just have our canvas. Next, what we are going to do is add a div block and then duplicate it. But again, there's still this gap, but we can get rid of this much faster now. So first, grab the main flexbox and under the Style tab, open spacing and set the padding to 0. I already created this variable I can use each time, like this. Then just do the same for the div blocks. Grab it, go to spacing, add the 0 padding variable. Done. This is so helpful. Now we have a pixel-perfect layout where we can add our own paddings later. So this was already much faster than the old workflow, right? And the reason why I created 2 columns with the div blocks is because I also want to create 2 UI cards and show you how fast we can change a light mode UI card to a dark mode UI card with the new system. So let's just add the light mode background color first here on the left side. Go to background, and here you can either choose this color picker, add your hex code, or again, work with your variables. I already added my background colors, so I can just apply them this quickly. Super helpful. And of course, do the same for the right div block. If you want to learn how to create these variables, watch this video here. I linked it in the description. Now we can actually start with our UI card component. So let's get another Atomic Flexbox. And what's happening now is that the main div block has the flexbox stacked to the top here. Also, we can't reach the flexbox beneath it. That's what I wanted to show you. Because if something like this happened, by the way, this is probably the reason why Elementor adds those default paddings to all the blocks, so beginners won't get too confused. But it's actually pretty easy, and once you understand the workflow, it absolutely makes sense. Okay, so with the structure panel, we first just go and name our elements. This one here is, let's say, the main canvas, and then inside of it, we have the light mode canvas, as well as the dark mode canvas, and of course, our UI card light. Awesome. So let's set the layout real quick. Go to Layout and choose Display Flex, and then Justify Content Center and Align Item Center. Now we can define the size of the card by going to Size and add the width, like this. Always use rem instead of pixels now, but I'll explain that in detail soon. And now I'm showing you how fast we can build by using the variable system. Because we need a background color now, right? Okay, let's go to Background and just add our color variable. Done. It's literally just a few clicks. Now we want to add a border radius. Go to Border, choose the variable, and done. The same goes for the padding. Just go to Spacing, and under Padding, use the variable. This makes so much sense now. But how are we going to actually build the UI card? Of course, by adding our elements. So we need an image like this, a heading. Let's move this over here. Then just quickly fix the layout, set direction to column, and align the items to left and justify content to top. And we need the rating stars. Done. And then the icon list widget. And is this bad practice, mixing old V3 widgets with new V4 elements? I don't think so anymore, because in this case, it still saves time. I could of course create this from scratch with the new editor, and I will show this in the next videos, but other than the styling here, a few V3 widgets won't kill your website. Okay, for the buttons, I need another div block. Quickly delete the gap with our delete spacing variable, and then just put the buttons in there like this. And now, it's basically all about styling, and I'll show you how fast this is with the new system. First, let's add an image. But how are we going to set the border radius? Of course, again, by using a variable. Go to Style, Border, and apply the variable. Next is the heading element. Let's start with the typography. I already added a font clamp variable. So let's say we want the font weight like this, and as the font family, we want Inter. And now, let's create the text color variable from scratch real quick, just so you know how to do it. Click on the variable icon here, then click on the plus icon, type a name, and that's it. This is so helpful. Okay, we skipped the V3 widgets for a second because I want to show you how quick it is to style buttons now. Let's start with the typography. Let's say we want Inter, and have the font weight at 400. Also, for the button text size, I already prepared a font clamp variable. Then just add the text color variable, like this. And I think you already get the hang of it, how less clicking this is already compared to the old workflow. Here, just add the background color. That's not it. We can also apply the border radius real quick with a variable. Add custom padding to the button. Of course, also with variables. I created a variable for the left and right padding. Let's just add it real quick. And then there's also a variable for the top and bottom padding, which we're going to use now too. Done. That's our button. So this is already much faster than the old workflow, but right now we're still doing a lot of things manually. In the next video, I'll show you how to use CSS classes to stop restyling everything over and over again and actually start reusing your styles properly. That's where this really turns into a system. I'll see you in the next part.